What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and today we have two cards to talk about. I didn't talk about this card the other day because I didn't really think about it, but because I was just like, eh. But we got a new Paleozoic card that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to explain something and my thoughts on that deeper on that card than I am this one, because this one is kind of underwhelming as well. Underwhelming, but it's called Booby Game. Haha, funny name. You can only activate this card's name or second effect per turn if a monster battles during damage calculation. You take no battle damage from the battle. It's like a waboku, whatever. If the set card is destroyed by opponent's card, you card up to 2 trap cards, normal trap cards in your graveyard except for them, set them on the field. They can be activated this turn. That part's okay. First part, eh. Second part, not bad for trap-oriented decks like Paleozoics. Other than that, not very good. The first effect I think is too situational for Paleos to use, but even though they might like the second effect in certain matchups, other than that, let's move on. Next up, Paleozoic Cambo roster. Okay, so I'm going to explain what it does, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. Link 2, Water Aqua Effect Monster, 1200 attack, like all the Paleos. Its Link arrows are top and bottom. You can only use its second and third effect as the hard ones per turn. It's unaffected by other monster effects, like all the other Paleos. You can target one face-down card in your spell trap card sent to graveyard, and if you do, you set one Paleozoic trap card from your deck directly to the field. It can be activated this turn. If face-down cards you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from the field or graveyard instead. Okay, so I don't play Paleozoic frogs. I'm going to come out and say that right now. However, my good friend and person who I started the channel with, Stefan, does. And while Stefan couldn't be here in this video, I asked him what his thoughts were on this card in particular, because I thought it is garbage, and he said it wasn't good either. So, and he is a diehard Paleo Frog fan. He's been playing the deck since Totally Awesome first came out and all that. So yeah. Why is it awful? So, its second effect sets up for Paleo things. Okay. But at the same time, it's not a quick effect, and I know you're thinking, that's not really that bad. But we have Trap Trick to kind of do the same thing, and that this card is trying to do. On top of that, it requires 2 Paleozoic monsters in particular to do it. So if you have 2 trap cards out, or 2 of the trap Paleos, when you link summon for them, those traps are just going to be banished. And you're losing part of the whole thing about playing Paleos is that, like, they don't ever really go away, because you're getting them back when you activate, or your opponent activates trap cards, because you're XE summoning for them. If this had 2 water monsters, you could make an argument for it. However, I don't see any situation in which making this is better than making it Totally Awesome, or making I don't remember its name, the Link 2 that only requires 2 that searches and you can activate from the hand, or even their Link 2 that requires 3 or more, maybe. It might be 3 or more, or 2. I don't know. The one that pops cards and is unaffected by things, and if you get a trap card, if a trap card is activated, you get to look at the top, like, 3 or something like that, or the top 1 or whatever it is, and get another trap card. There's no situation that this card is better than any of those at all. And the fact that it protects your face down cards, like your sets Paleo cards, that doesn't matter as much, because you're gonna have Toad, you're gonna have other ones. If you have the rank 2 that lets you activate paleo cards from your hand, you don't need to have them set. Your code will protect it from like a harpy's feather duster, for example. And on top of that, like I said, it doesn't have a lot of attack either. That's not really usually relevant, but in this case it is, because link monsters can't be put in defense position. OTKing is easy, and you're losing resources to make this. So overall, I really do not like this card. I think this card is awful and trash. And you guys can roast me in the comment section all you want, but that's just how I think of it. That's how I think Stefan thinks about it. I mean, he might not have as strong opinions as I do on this card, because, like I said, I don't see a situation where you would run that. If you're going to run any link monsters in Paleo Frogs nowadays, when you don't have to, it's still going to be Mastar Boy, or it's going to be, like, the big link monsters that are, like, heavy hitters that, like, you know, everybody plays in almost every deck. You're not going to play this, and I don't see why you would want to play this either, since you don't need to make a link monster to go into another play anymore for your XCs. Since you don't need to do that, this card has no place in Yu-Gi-Oh! The only thing cool about this card is to show that they are still supporting the link mechanic. That's literally it. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough about how bad this card is. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, my email is in the description. Please do so. If you want to leave me a comment saying how wrong I am on this card, or if you agree with me, go ahead and do so. I would love to have a conversation with any of you. I do like and read all the comments. Well, I don't like every comment, but I read every comment at the very least. So yeah. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.